Dun, 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 dun. Kilted
Kilted
balls.
Boss.
Woo!
Woohoo! That's a great
Hey,
one.
yeah, that was a good one. Welcome back to another episode of Kilted Balls. Hopefully, you're all having a great week. I think we had a good week. It was a good Easter. How about you?
Yes, very good Easter, and it was cold here, so that wasn't awesome. But what can you do?
Yeah, it was snowing here. So,
Much better than that for sure.
yeah, a little bit. Everybody was ticked off because they're like snow in middle of April.
That's
I'm
a
like,
thing.
yep, it was pretty. It looked like a snow globe, you know,
Okay, so light and fluffy like that.
light and fluffy like that, light and fluffy.
That is awesome.
So we've been doing, well, I've been doing a lot of future trades. So I've taken my swing trading to a different level, and I've been doing 100x futures, which if you've been following along, that means if it goes up 1%, I get 100%, more or less.
And if it goes down 1%,
I lose all my money.
lose all your money. That's
So
awesome.
it's super risky. The part that's really crazy that I think would give traders heart attacks, probably, at least it goes against everything I've ever heard about being a good trader, is I'm doing it on the 1 minute. So Kilted's been kind of watching me. And so I do 100x and I do it. I'm looking at the 1 minute chart. So I'm watching things move in 1 minute.
Yeah.
It's really exciting to me because I can watch it as stocks hit their resistance marks and bounce. And if I'm looking at the 15, that's harder to see, right? But in the 1 minute, you can see
You're
it
seeing
bouncing.
that.
And I've been learning, oh my gosh, I've been learning so much about the platform, so much about the fees, so much about the tricks to it. And I'm getting more and more comfortable. The problem is they're really, really expensive lessons,
Yeah, I had one of those as well recently.
right? I'm not like killing all my money, but I'm definitely taking some huge L's. Like, cause I would set, well, like one of the problems I had beginning, and we've talked about this in the podcast before, is you have to have a plan, you have to stick to the plan. And we've talked about that with NFTs. It's true in stocks too. Like, one of the things I keep saying is you got to look for the patterns that I'm trying to follow, identify the pattern, and then you trade based on that pattern. And
Yeah.
there's been multiple times, where I kind of go back into my old school trading, which is, oh, look, it's doing this. That means it's going to go up in a minute or 15 minutes. Well, then I do it and I set a stop loss and it triggers my stop loss because I don't want to be out all my money.
Smart.
So I set it for like 15, 25%. But then sometimes it gets rid of that. It closes my position if it's really looking for the 15-minute because I'm trading on like a 1 minute time scale.
Yeah. You're looking at the 15 and trading on the 1.
Right. And I did that today. Like, I was freaking out today because I'm like, what did I do? Why did I open this position? I did a Bitcoin 100x and I'm like, I felt like the pattern was there. And it was interesting because I was just live on Twitch recording Kilted and I having the conversation. I'm like, here's the pattern. I go, shoot, it's missing the pattern. I'm not going to do it because the pattern's missing. And that's one of my lessons I've learned is don't buy it anyway, because that's how I kept losing it. Because I kept going, I know it's going to go up, boop, and then it wouldn't go up or I'd get knocked out. So this time I'm like, yep, I'm doing it. And we had just gotten off of the live stream and I'm like, oh, it's following the pattern. And I bought it right away.
But you
And
were looking at the wrong.
no. I was looking at the right screen. But then as I started doing other stuff, I started looking at the 15-minute screen.
Oh, I see.
And so then I'm like, oh cripe, my number that I would want to get rid of it that resistance line was so close. Like I draw
hmm
resistance lines.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, it's like right there. Like it just did that like 10 minutes ago. What was I looking at? What was I? And so I was getting like super upset because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be taken out of my position. What do I do? Do I change my mind? And I couldn't like figure it out. And I'm like, how did I make that mistake? Because I try to look at resistance when I do it, because I'll be like,
Yeah.
it's not gonna drop 3 resistant lines. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I realized I was looking at the 15-minute.
That's awesome.
So they were 15-minute blocks. So the last time it had hit that resistance line was like 8 hours ago. I was like, that's so stupid.
Well, at least you have a good reason. Mine was just because I was being stubborn.
Yes, yes.
Because I put that extra money in and it
Mhm.
actually bounced back up. I could have gotten out. I mean, it would have been even minus the fees. So right around even.
Yeah.
And I was like, nope, I'm either gonna win big or I'm gonna lose it all. And I lost it all.
They lost it all. Yeah. Well,
Which
that's
is kind of sad. I mean, not that, I mean, I didn't need it to buy groceries, but it was a lot of money. So it was a little sad. And it was just like a valuable lesson. Like if I cared that much about it, I would have taken the money out and been able to trade
yes.
with it again,
I
rather
mean
than
that
just saying it's not going to drop that low again.
yes, that's exactly how I felt the last week because I did 3 or 4 of those fast closes that I
hmm
screwed up on, and I probably lost, I told you, like 40 to $60 each.
hmm
Well, that was like $160 I was out, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm so bitter that I've lost $160.
hmm
But I'm only grumpy because I lost. Like it's not like I'm hurt from it,
Yeah.
but I'm mad at myself because I wasn't following my plan and not following what I was
Yes.
supposed to be
And
doing.
we've talked about this before, and not to sugarcoat anything. This is pure. When you're 100xing, it's pure gambling.
Well, it's gambling, like we said before. It's
Yes.
gambling following a trend and a pattern. It's not.
Yes.
Here's how it's gambling. You're playing roulette and it's landed on black 7 times in a row,
hmm
8 times in a row, 9 times in a row, and you say, okay, I'm going to bet on black
hmm
because it's done it 9 times in a row. And so you're like, okay, if it did it 9 times in a row, it should do it a 10th,
hmm
right?
Yes.
And not only that, but what we're doing is you don't lose if it comes up on red. You get another chance.
Yes. And you're being smart. You're setting stop losses.
Right.
And so you're okay. And if we would have started the live a little bit earlier, we were talking and I didn't set a stop loss, but I was down a bit on one of my trades from a few weeks ago. So I just canceled it out. Like I was taking stop loss and I
Mhm.
transferred that money over and we were talking and I opened 100x and it went up a little bit, but one thing that we're learning is the fees. So you pay fees when you go in and you also pay fees when you come out. So what I thought was going to be a third, well, what was it? $50
Mhm.
or
No,
no,
you
no,
thought it
because
was going to be 32.
32. Okay, yeah, because I clicked the sell, but I didn't click the extra button, so it
Right.
dropped down. So 32. I had $200 bet. 32 I was going to make, but I actually ended up making 10 because of the fees. But
Right.
that's one of those. And I don't know if it's 400 if the fees are double or if the fees are the same and you're just using more money.
So I've had it show both ways. Now that I saw that it did that the other way, now I'm
Mhm.
like, did I miss something earlier? Because that's one of the reasons I started going with using like percentages of what's in the account
Yeah,
was because I was originally just doing $100. Well, if it did a $10 fee, I I had to
there's
go
your
way more
10%.
than 10%. And if it
Mhm.
was doing that twice, I was probably getting hit twice. So I was like, okay, I got to go bigger than $100, like
Mhm.
$300. So I started doing that to take care of it. But here's the other reason why it's different than gambling, right?
I'm just saying.
When you go and you play blackjack
You're
and
just
but you bet $2 playing blackjack, you're expecting to get $4 or $6 back.
mhm.
And you're expecting to lose $2.
Mhm.
We're saying we're going to go and play blackjack. We're going to spend $2. We're expecting to get 50 cents back
And the
and
$2.
the $2 back. And we're saying that they'll let us lose 2 hands in a row before they take our $2.
Yes. Although that's one thing, I mean, talking about gambling, my old boss, she loved Pai Gow poker because Pai Gow is tons of push.
Oh, okay.
That's one thing she liked about it a lot. So, not to get into
Right. So you
gambling,
could
but
play more. So
you can play longer. Yeah.
But that's exactly what was happening to me is when I
Okay.
was
I like
losing,
that perspective.
when I
Yes.
was losing, I was losing because I was gambling.
Mhm.
So when I lost, and that's when my wife was like, "What are you doing? That's going against
Mhm.
your plan." And that was gambling. I was just like, "Ooh, I think it's going to do this. Put in a couple hundred. It's going to go." Oh, it didn't go.
Yeah. You're like, darn it.
And I'm like, "Shoot." And then I'm like, "Why did I do that?" And like my wife's sitting here going, "Why did you do that?" Like you knew it wasn't following a pattern. You
Mhm.
knew it wasn't, and you did it. And that was pure gambling. That was me going, I like the rush of the bet.
Yes.
What I'm doing like tonight, I'm still getting a bit of a rush, but like you just saw, I'm like,
Mhm.
it's gonna go up. It's gonna go up right now. It's gonna go up. And weird, it went up.
Yes. Yeah,
So
because I would look everything I was looking at said it was going to go up as well.
right.
And the indicators we were looking at, the 3, 5, 7, and 15 minute all said it was going up as well
Yes.
as the 1 minute. So
And if you look at so far you and I just chatting, how big of a percentage have I been right on?
yeah, a high percentage.
A really high
The things you're
percentage.
looking at, and the big thing is the pattern too. Like you can't just look at the stochastics
No.
if there's not a pattern, if there's not a flag that's going to break out of, or a falling wedge, or any of the other patterns that we've learned from watching Lifer.
Yes, yeah. So you've gotta have things, right?
Yes.
Now, what I did earlier, because I'm looking at the 1 minute, I can ignore a lot of patterns.
Mm-hmm.
But like what I did with my 1 minute Bitcoin, and so I look for easy to recognize patterns, right? And I know I'm gonna lose some. My goal is okay, as long as I win like 4 out of 10 and I set stop losses, I'm probably gonna be okay.
Yes.
Okay, but like what I was looking for recently, one of the things I look for is if the how do you say it? Stochastics go
Stochastics.
because it's SCOH, right?
STOCH.
Stoke, almost like stoic. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
the stoke I looked at and like so I did my first short trade the other day based on I've never wanted to do a short trade. It kind of scares me. I don't know why, because it's the same as a long. But what I
Mm-hmm.
was realizing is I was looking for when things were undersold, will they have a jump? Will they have
Yeah.
any kind of a jump at all? And so I found that pattern a day or so ago, played the pattern, won because I saw the pattern happening. And so I
Mm-hmm.
played it, won. And I was like, okay, I'm nailing it, doing great. The next day, like I'm looking and there's no pattern at all for that. Sometimes it
Yeah.
went up, sometimes it went down. I was like, oh, that sucks. But then as I'm like sitting here looking at all sorts of different things, I saw the Bitcoin pattern and it broke into a pattern where nine, 8 out of the last 9 times it was oversold, it dropped.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, well, if it's done at 8 out of 9, it's probably going to do it to 10. So when it did it, I did it, whoop, and I hit my short. And I was like, oh my gosh, it worked. I got my short.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, I'll do it again. And got my short. And I was like, okay, that works. Then it broke out of the pattern. And I was like, oh, you just broke out of the pattern. We're done playing the game.
Yes.
And so
That's a great
that's
idea.
right. And that's what I did today is I sat down and I'm like, yep, there's no patterns. There's no patterns. I was like, that sucks. And I started working on something else. I think doing my class or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I jumped back on and it was hidden a pattern all of a sudden, right? And
Okay.
Kilted got to listen to me because I'm like, okay, it's hidden the pattern. It's hit it 4 times out of 5. It's hit it 5 times out of 6. And then I'm like, oh, shoot, it's getting out of the pattern. I think it just broke the pattern. I was like, well, we're done recording. My pattern's not there. And we hung up. And then I'm like, oh, it didn't break out of the pattern. It's just about to do it. I just hadn't waited long enough.
Oh, that's so funny.
And so then I'm like, boop. And I came out as a win, right? I made $30, right? So
Yes.
I'm not using a lot of money. So that's one of the other things. I understand that if I used more money, I would make more money, but I'm
Hmm.
still not that confident. But even like you just made $8,
Yes.
which is pennies for what we're playing with. It's $8. But you did it in 3 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So this is scalable,
Hmm.
right? You could have done 10 times the amount and you would have had $80 in 3 minutes.
Well, no, because that much isn't in my account anymore, but
Dang it.
that the being down 10K this month is tough.
Oh man, yeah. Yeah. It's been a rough month. I think if I like
That's all right.
added up my L's, I had some big L's earlier.
I mean, the good thing is, and we talked about this. I have a big chunk staked in my looks. So every day and looks, I mean, it's been going up and down, but really, all of this is for myself is my future. So I'm not concerned. Of course,
No.
I would have loved to have, made a lot more on that big Bitcoin long and not had Bitcoin drop through the floor, but that's not how it worked out. Like, there's a lot more going on in the world than just us playing here.
Oh yeah, a lot more going on. And the thing is you're gonna make it up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Right.
But did you get any NFTs or anything this last week? I don't think that you have, but I did.
No, I was looking at buying another miner. I'm really excited about them. I
Okay.
tweeted about them today, one of their newest things. Um, I went to go buy a Sunny from the 8.1 yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and there was no floor.
Yes, I saw that someone bought what, 4 sunnies and four
And 4 nails is.
4 nails. Yeah.
So there are no, you could still mint Sunny. Somebody goes, I think you can still mint them though. I don't know how many are left. I went to
Okay.
go look and I forgot to look. So there
Okay.
might be some, but there's none on OpenSea. And for nails is, I think there's only 5 or 6 nails is for sale.
Yeah, there weren't too many when I looked because I saw that, and I mean that was super cool. But
Well,
what I did, I don't
yeah,
know.
what you do?
I don't. Do you listen to BitBoy much?
Never. Mm-mm.
Okay, so I have listened to BitBoy in the past. There's things I like and don't like about him. I found lifer listening to his show, so I do like that.
Well, I thought about listening to him because Lifer keeps ripping on him. And so I thought, well, he must be good if Lifer's ripping on him.
Yeah. Well, he goes. I mean, he's. I think he's either the first or the second biggest YouTube channel there is for crypto.
Oh, okay.
Like he's huge, really. But he does this around the blockchain every day where it's like a panel of 4 people. They all talk about crypto, answer questions, blah, blah, blah. But anyways, they have a Pluto Alliance. And I don't remember if I talked about him when I got the first one way back
Nope.
when, but I got their Pluto Alliance. I mean, I was like, okay, I'm going in, these are funny little guys. They look fun, blah, blah, blah. So I got one, and then they released their second one, so I got the airdrop for the Pluto Alliance version 2, and I was just chilling with them, and then I start hearing that they're talking about all of that. If you can stake your Pluto Alliance, which they're one of them that I'm not looking to flip. It's a long hold for me
Right.
anyways.
Right.
But if you stake your Pluto Alliance, each month they're going to pick one of the planets because they say Pluto's a planet and that's like their whole shtick. So, each of the planets that month gets the revenue from YouTube minus taxes is split up and deposited into the accounts of everybody who has them staked for that planet.
No way.
And they get, I mean, and the newest episode, well, not newest episode, because they put out like 3-4 episodes a day for different things. But they were saying like 30 grand a month that they get in YouTube proceeds. So
Wow.
that's not bad. I mean, you know, depending on, because they were like, they don't want to just drop them into dead wallets that, you know, bought it and don't really care about them.
Right.
But if you're paying attention and you have it staked, so I picked up two more. I picked up a Jupiter and a Uranus. So I had a Neptune. It was the first one that I bought. So yeah, I mean, as soon as the staking's available, I'm just going to stake them.
And
And then
so what is it called?
the
The
Pluto Alliance.
Did you buy them on Looks Rare?
They were not available on LooksRare. It looked like a fake one on LooksRare.
You didn't
So
make an
I
offer
did.
for any of them?
No, they literally looked fake. Like they were not real.
Is it Pluto Alliance version 2 or the Pluto Alliance?
The Pluto Alliance. So you'll see on LooksRare, I think it said there were 3 available. Unless you're
Okay.
looking
So
at
they're little guys. I see them.
their little guys. So those guys look the same, but if you look at like if you click that guy
Hmm.
and see how it says 8, 9, and 10, if you go to OpenSea and you look at the Pluto Alliance, which I guess they don't have a blue check. I thought they had a blue check. Anyways, yeah, if you look at number 8, number 9, and number 10, they don't look anything like those 3 on Looks Rare.
Oh, okay. I thought I'm not on Looks Rare right now, but I thought if you were on Looks Rare, everything that existed on OpenSea was on Looks Rare.
Not
But maybe
necessarily, and I don't know exactly how that works. I
because
don't know why that
I saw
is.
things that didn't have stuff before,
Hmm.
and I made offers on them, right?
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I see your 9, 10, but did you click on just the straight Pluto Alliance thing? And that's the 8. I see what you're saying. They look totally
Yeah.
different. They're
Yeah.
not listed.
No, they're unlisted, but if you go to OpenSea where there is the, you know, actually here, let me look that up. Maybe I bought the wrong ones. The Pluto Alliance. Okay, 10,000 items. I guess there's not I could have swore they had a blue check mark, but
Oh,
um yeah,
that is really interesting because I thought anything that was on one was on the other,
yeah.
but it's completely not.
So I don't know. I mean, I guess, you know, it's not guaranteed because it's not like you can get it every month because if you get it, you're out of the drawing for the next month. Like as far
Oh, I
as if
see.
Neptune gets it in May, Neptune's not going to get it again until next year.
And then people will sell other Neptunes.
I don't know, maybe that could be a thing. But it was, I mean, for the 0.01, I was like, okay, I'm buying 2 of these. Like I'm fine with that
Right,
to
right.
see what
Oh, they
that.
have like a black hole one. That's cool.
Yeah, the black hole ones are super, super rare.
Oh, that's cool though. Is there any benefit to rarity in it?
Not that I know of right now. I honestly, I don't pay that close. I haven't paid that close of attention to it. Like I had heard that there was going to be another drop, but oh, see, I never even clicked on the black hole ones. Those are sweet. But you know, I just heard them talking about. I just heard them talking about the staking, so I was like, okay, well, you know, I've been listening more recently, so
Right.
I guess a little bit more involved in like their community aspect. I mean, some things they say are all right, some things I don't like, but I think that's good to listen to rather than just always like an echo chamber.
Yeah, I know. I would agree. Oh, if you look at the main screen of the Pluto Alliance,
Hmm.
one of the ones that I think were on Looks Rare is on there.
Oh, that one with the little nose.
Yeah,
Hmm.
there it is. Pluto Alliance. Right? Yeah, because they 9, 8,
Oh,
and
not the
10 are
same
the
one.
same.
Yeah, but this one's that one's a Neptune.
Oh,
The on looks rare. It's a brown. It's a purple one.
yeah, it doesn't tell you anything about them. Shenanigans.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't tell you like what thing it is. It doesn't tell you its properties.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Oh,
also not for sale, but
the Mars ones are funny too. No, I never even looked through. I didn't look through that far to even like see beyond the basic flora, like Venus.
yeah, they're not selling crazy fast, but there's
Yeah.
only 300 for sale out of 10,000, and there's 3,000 some
Mm-hmm.
owners. If they come with extra money, then that's not too
Yeah,
bad.
it reminded me of the miner. Like it's what made me think of it. Like, okay, cool. Well, the miners, we know it's every month
Right,
once it gets
this one
started.
it's you don't know, and it's however many of each thing there are, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you click on something like, I mean, you got 10,009 planets. So,
Well, if you look at the planets,
oh,
Jupiter,
there's
there's
20%.
3,000.
Okay,
Saturn is 2,000. Uranus is 1,500. Neptune 1,000. Earth 700. Venus 700. Mars 5. Mercury 4. Pluto 5, 150, and then black hole 50.
right.
So each of the it's split between who has them staked as well.
Yeah, but what I'm thinking is, let's say you got Jupiters, which are the least rare, which are not the ones that are for sale, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the floor's probably been swept with those.
So you would get $10 if you had a Jupiter,
Yeah.
which is better than a kick in the pants for sure.
Yep, that is true. If everyone has their Jupiters
If everybody had their
staked.
Jupiter staked, which you know they're not, because some of them are for sale.
Yep. 1, 2, 3,
So
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, a bunch on the first page.
yeah, a
So I don't know.
bunch.
It's interesting. It was worth a couple $100 to see.
It is. It's way worth it. And if you did something like the black hole and people didn't have it staked, you're talking about getting 600 that month, which is not bad.
Yeah, what's the floor for black hole though?
I don't know. Let me click it. Probably expensive.
If any for sale, I'd be surprised actually.
No, there's one for sale for sure. Five. Five
Okay.
is the floor for black hole. The last one sold there. One of them sold for 475 once, 4.75.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Pluto. You can get a Pluto, which is 150 for one ETH,
There you go.
0.95. I'm saving all my money though. I gotta meet my season 2 V friends, which will be next week.
Oh my gosh, our episode next week will be lit because we'll talk about the V friends.
Yep.
That'll be crazy cool, won't it?
Yeah. It won't actually, will it be close? I think it's going to even be close to the public mint and the reveal and everything. So that will be exciting.
Oh, you're right. I can't decide, but I'm semi considering trying to mint a V friends too.
There you go.
So I haven't like really come around to decide because I know it's going to be a gas war, right?
Yep.
But I'll just pay the gas.
Have you considered placing a bid for an emerald, the one of ones, the new one of ones? Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I know there's the one of one emeralds, but I just assumed it'd be way out of my price range.
Yeah, I have no idea. I haven't looked. So you're probably right.
I'm not
Out of
sure,
mine
but
as well.
I just was like, one of ones.
Did you play the game? Did you see the game?
Yeah, for sure.
I
For
got
sure I
I
played the
got
game.
one when I played it. I even tweeted it. I got 1 point, then I got 0 points. I
Oh
was
no.
like,
I played it a
uh,
lot more than twice.
okay. The third time I think I got 30 points. But yeah, I don't think that auction is yet, so I don't know when that starts.
Well, hopefully
Uh,
soon.
yeah.
Well, anyway, peeps, we're kind of
Awesome.
getting into a long episode, so I think we're going to wrap it up. Thank you for joining us, and stay tuned because we're going to start streaming on Twitch a little bit when we're doing our swing trades, so you can hear us break down the play-by-play of the swing trades and all the excitement that goes into it, and you can hear me be like, when I'm getting ready to lose tons of money. So if you want to enjoy that, you can stick with us. And we'll probably shoot again. I don't know who he's talking to, but we'll probably shoot again
Sorry.
sometime here soon. I'm got a busy
Yes, we
weekend,
should.
but
Oh, do you?
hopefully we'll get to
Oh,
it.
I'm going to JordanCon this weekend,
Oh,
but I'll have my
yay!
computer
In Atlanta?
in Atlanta. So well, when I got the tickets, you and Jamie said you were going to come down, hang out with me for my birthday, but
We did.
no, that's fine. I was debating on not going. I was able to get a hotel room in the same hotel.
Nice.
So they have an inside pool. The kids can play. I can go to the JordanCon, hang out with the fam.
Yeah. Well, I think
It'll be
that's gonna
awesome.
be awesome.
Mhm.
Oh, before we leave, the other thing is I'm taking a class by Zeneca right now.
Oh, when is it's going on right now?
Yeah, so I'm like super far behind. They're releasing it's like 7 days of the class, but it's like 2 hours of content every day. And so
Oh,
I
wow.
missed the first day and I started watching the second day. And my problem right now is like the module I was watching today was teaching you how to set up your Discord.
Okay. So it's kind of like that. See, that's what I wonder.
So I had that going on 2x.
You can, but is it teaching you how to switch? I mean, I guess we've switched, whatever that word is, platforms from our
Yeah,
MetaMask.
so they're supposed to talk about that later,
Oh,
right? So everything right now is like, so this is what OpenSea is.
okay.
This is what Ethereum is. Here's the history of it, which is kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but again, I'm in the first module. You know, like here's the key terms.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
Okay.
okay, so it's good, but it's basic right now. And so, like I said, the Discord one, not only was I listening to it on fast forward, I probably skipped 20 minutes
Yes.
because it was like, this is how you join a Discord. This is how you verify. This is how you do this. You know, everybody's helpful, so just ask for help. And I'm like, listen,
Yeah.
I would like to learn more about Discord, but you're like teaching the basics. And what do we have? 3 servers we're running on Discord.
Yes.
So
Uh-huh.
I'm like, yeah, I'm not.
Like I kind of know how to do that. But it's
Yeah,
good that you're at
it's
least, there could be a nugget. You never know.
they're right. And it'd be really cool if he did something, and he won't, because that's not, it's an intro right now. But like if he was like, okay, this is how you add this spot, and this is how you add the gas tracker, and this is how,
Mm-hmm.
okay, like I mean I know how to do that, but that's something where you're like, ooh, that's a nice twist. Or
Yes.
and like you said, I'm gonna get, this is day one material,
Mm-hmm.
right? So hopefully by the end we'll figure stuff out. So yeah, taking that, I'll let everybody know how it goes. But it's on NAS Academy, NAS, and it's done by Zeneca, or Roy, as his real name is, I think.
Awesome.
So yeah, good
I look
times.
forward to hearing more.
Heck yeah. All right. Well, this is Ballbuster signing out. You guys have a great night.
Kill the Dragon Jr. Love you all.